Итак, здравствуйте, дорогие подписчики и зрители канала. Меня зовут Александр. И сегодня мы проходим квест Ракоми. Да, это классно. Это один из персонажей, которых я бы хотел получить. Но когда был баннер, я еще не соображал, для чего это и к чему. Да, проходили. Она так говорит, будто это было очень давно. В смысле, а как они могли меня забыть, если это было буквально месяц назад? А в игре, возможно, и неделя. Вряд ли это быстро состарился за это время. Ох, Паймон-то точно узнает, потому что Паймон-то одна такая в мире. О, гора. Стратег.
Marauders on the waterfront are supplied by sea. Burning their ships is the path to success.
General Gora, sir, do you have a verdict?
More or less.
А почему они все делают в кустах, а не на столе?
We can surmise that a Fatui ship is moored nearby. This explains their aggressive posture. We could split into two teams. One to draw their attention, and the other to circle around
такой с усиками, смотри. Д'Артаньян.
They'd have nowhere to run. Then again, Madame Kokumi made clear that we are not to split up without sufficient forces.
We'd
risk being picked off one by one until our whole line of defense disintegrated.
Sir, shall I send for reinforcements?
I doubt there's time. Based on their movements, they'd likely be gone before our troops arrived. Her Excellency's directives also stipulate that we should wait in ambush and avoid making the first move. Since we lack sufficient troops, I don't think we can afford to engage the enemy at this time.
Sir, we're just gonna stand by and watch them leave? Surely there must be another way.
Другой способ.
Her Excellency's directives also state help may arrive when all seems lost. As for where this help is supposed to come from...
Hey, girl! What are you guys up to?
Планирует, как убивать людей.
You've returned to Watatsumi Island.
That's great! Her Excellency's directives are as reliable as ever. You've arrived just in time. Recently, the remnants of the Fatui forces have been unusually active. We've been monitoring their movements, waiting in ambush here. Unfortunately, we don't have the manpower to split into two teams. Can we ask you to keep them occupied?
Hard to say no when it's the Fatui. Whatever they're planning, we won't let them get away with it.
Good. There's not a moment to lose. We'll go behind enemy lines and sabotage their ship. Let's meet back here afterward. Watch yourselves. We'll be back shortly.
Seems like the Resistance still remembers us. Come on, let's help them get this situation under
Да,
control.
поможем. Чем сможем, наверное. Что-то как-то я не подписывался на это. Вы чё, змейки? До хера тут, мне кажется. Это сейчас все дебил щит сделает. Бейте этого гандона. Нельзя ему давать ничего делать. Он очень мощно всех может отхиливать. Водой поливать. Вот и сделал он плохие дела. А, твою мать, бежать бы от тебя еще. Shadow Raiden, чел. Shadow Raiden. Или Рейвен, точно, город. Точно. Прямо как мой канал. Или анал. Ну, капец. Капец он мощно раскладывает. Ёб твою мать. Боба. Херачил. Я же убегаю, твою мать. Я сзади фетишист, куколк меня там пытается захерачить. Смотри. Ну все, хана тебе. Он тоже уснул, смотри. Подрочил и уснул сразу. Началось все больше и больше. Давайте подхилимся немножко. Да блин. Что у меня еще есть? Ой. Защита. Рыбацкий бутерброд. Сколько же ты меня спасаешь-то? На атаку что? На атаку нифига. А вот есть еще. На 2 атаки. Вкусный кровавый караяки. А, это он типа вылечил его, смотри. Нахера? Он уже был вылеченный. Боба. А Боба. Твою мать. Ну ты пердишь. Он своих еще пытается хилить, а? Говно. Тихо. Как унитаз меня, смотри, протягивает. И щит поставил, гандон. Так, хватит засасывать меня. Вот сегодня. Сейчас как-то лучше получается, только мелкий бы мой утопил. Тут телепортируется. Тихо ты, блин. Ты супер проводник, короче. Ясно? А, твою мать. А тот сдох, типа? А, нет, он телепортировался. А вот и ты, а вот и ты. А вот и ты, а вот и ты, братишка. Нахера тебе щит? Ты кого спасаешь? Ты себя должен спасать, братишка. Давай, давай, давай. Ковыряем, ковыряем, ковыряем. Как говорится, nice and spicy. Тыдыщ. Ну. Чё там? Ну да.
What's that you're holding? Is it the directives from Kokomi? Let Paimon see. Oh, wow. This is a whole
Все указания Каками?
Is it all Kokomi's directives?
Каками?
Yeah. Well, no, not all of them.
У Томы... А, это Гора. Вот я с Горой постоянно Тому путаю почему-то.
Her Excellency always plans for every scenario. Plus, these are her general operational directives, which are more comprehensive than most. Still, we're fortunate to have them. They make sure we're prepared for every eventuality, no matter how complex.
Oh, understanding every eventuality sounds tiring enough, let alone writing them all down. Must have taken Kokomi a heck of a long time.
Kokomi. Kokomi.
Are you back on Watatsumi Island to lead Swordfish 2 again? With all, Her Excellency says that now is a time of peace, and that we should reduce the size of the military and focus on helping the civilian population return to normal life. About half of us are still organized into task forces, supporting the platoons. The other half have been given various other functions like patrol, construction, and farming. Of course, not everyone's happy about it. The other day, an old buddy of mine was grumbling about being forced to build houses.
Отправились в твой
Said
дом.
they'd have to drag him away from the front
Как
line,
обычного
kicking and
срочного.
screaming.
Что-то срочника, да?
The spirit of the resistance is alive and well, huh? Anyway, we're here because Kokomi invited us to the victory feast. Do you know where we could find her, Guru?
I believe Her Excellency is currently at Boro Village. There were reports of a possible disturbance over there. If I'm not mistaken, Her Excellency has gone to deal with it in person. We should probably get going ourselves. And, also, on your way over, please check in on the
Солдат дела,
soldiers.
да?
I'm sensing a
Yep.
growing unease among them, but I don't know what's
Что
causing
не
it.
говорят? Ну, сейчас узнаем, что там у них случилось.
They used to tell me all their concerns, but whatever this is, they're keeping it hidden. I don't like it.
Sounds good. Paimon was just thinking it'd be good to see everyone again. Ready when you are.
Да погнали. Я всегда готов. Всегда закидываешь. Так, что вниз? Что так низко-то? Погоди. Где бойцы? А! Господи, я уже хотел в водопад подать. Дензера. Ты что, брат Танзера, что ли? Дензера Камада.
Watatsumi Island wouldn't have come to peace without your efforts. I wasn't with Swordfish too, but I did see you with Tatarasu. Oh, you really gave it to those shogunate samurai in the fight of honor. Is there anything you
Короче, он впечатлен.
I'm at your service. On edge, you say? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've noticed. In fairness, the battle isn't long over, and, well, perhaps it isn't quite over for them. You know what I mean? Every single person put death in the face that day. It's not an experience you forget in a hurry. Victory's declared, and all of a sudden, the fighting's over. But people can't just snap back into normal life again. I don't know what else it could be, but what I do know is that as long as Her Excellency is with us, Watatsumi Island is safe. And all the more so now that you're back. Seriously, if there's ever anything you need, just say the word.
What a nice
Хорошо.
guy. Let's go ask some other people.
Тын-тын-тын-тын. Вон там стоит еще один. О ком мы сейчас все узнаем. А этому-то все нормально, мне кажется. Арисава. Самурай.
I've definitely seen you somewhere before. Can't place you, but I'm guessing you're not with the Shogun's unsettled. Unsettled how? I haven't noticed anything. Not that I would necessarily. I keep to myself mostly.
Ну, я его, если честно, поддерживаю. Тоже ненавижу шум. А пацан в теме. Просто в теме. Так она-то и спросила, это она и хотела узнать. Как бы. Мы для нее узнаем. Капец ты медленный. Да, хорошая идея на самом деле. Спросить у кого-то еще. У кого-то менее залипательного. Ну, хотя здесь очень красиво, я бы тоже послужил так. А это старые войны, поэтому они точно недовольны.
Exactly. Everyone knows you can't trust the Tenryo Commission. I heard they've been secretly coordinating with the.
Короче, этот квест продолжает предыдущий, поэтому его нельзя было взять без прохождения миссии на Сёгуна. Про Сёгуна, вернее.
I knew it. The Tenryo Commission are a bunch of crooks. They'll never change. Honestly, it's kind of naive for Her Excellency to take them at their word, isn't it?
Shh, keep your voice down. Someone's coming.
Hey there! What you talking about?
Captain, you're back. Do you think we should tell the captain about what we were discussing just now?
No, let's not mention it. He's one of her closest advisors. For all we know, the peace talks could have been his idea.
I'm sure the captain would see where we're coming from, but you're right.
Ну-ка, я чего там шепчетесь? Давайте рассказывайте. Мы уже рядом стоим.
Welcome back to Watatsumi Island, Captain. Nothing to report here. Everything is A-okay.
Her Excellency should be in the village at present. Head straight over if you wish, Captain.
Paimon definitely detected some hush-hush going on there. But if they aren't gonna talk, we might as well head over to the village.
Ну-ка.
Admit it! We know you've been secretly supplying the Tenryo Commission with goods purchased on Watatsumi Island. I knew something was off about a Tenryo commission merchant doing business here. So, what do you have to say for yourself, huh?
I'm innocent. Ha! You're as guilty as they come. You never should have been allowed to set foot on this island, let alone do business here. Take him away.
Погодите-ка, погодите. Погодите.
Kokomi, there you are! Something's going down over here. You should take a look, pronto!
Your Excellency, this merchant is suspected of criminal activity, so we seized him for questioning.
Хера себе ты
Our
жесткий.
surveillance shows that in his whole time here, he has made numerous purchases, but no sales. And yet he has no stock in his possession. We believe it's highly probable that he has been supplying the Tenryo Commission behind the scenes.
I haven't.
That will do. Let's not let ourselves get too worked up here, shall we? Everyone take a deep breath with me. In and out. Better? Matsuda, Uchimura, I understand that you're concerned for the safety of Watatsumi Island. But before we make any decisions over whether this merchant is guilty or not, we must give him the chance to explain himself. If he's guilty, of course, there will be consequences. But if he's innocent, he doesn't deserve to be falsely accused. This is Watatsumi Island. We deal in facts, not opinions. Excuse me, sir. As you know, my subordinates have some concerns surrounding your commercial activity here. Perhaps you could explain your side of the story to help me reach a verdict.
Of course, I can explain everything. I'm a trader on the island, so naturally I built up some inventory. I was planning to hold off on selling until the prices went up, but then but then I was robbed by the Fatui. They took everything. Now you think about that.
Это
First I lose
правда?
all my inventory, then I
Или
get
ты
treated
сам из
like a
Фатуя?
criminal.
Нарусы.
And why should we believe you? So what? That doesn't prove they took his goods. And even if they did, it'll still end up in the Tenryo Commission's hands. They're in this together.
Мы бы, наверное, у них увидели какой-то товар, не?
What? The Tenryo Commissioner colluding with the Fatui now? This is the first I've heard of it. I suppose it is true. What's that got to do with me?
Would the Tenryo Commission start colluding with the Fatui after the fighting's already finished? Seems unlikely to Paimon. We met a representative of the Kujo clan recently. It doesn't seem like he'd have the time to be colluding right now. But on the way over here, we accidentally on purpose overheard some soldiers mention the exact same thing. Kokomi, do you know anything about it?
It has been brought to my attention, yes. We are scheduled to begin peace talks with the Tenryo Commission soon. The Kamisato clan has arranged for them to take place in a neutral location. Kujo-Sara and I will be accompanied by our guards. We will use the talks to discuss future plans in detail. But just as arrangements for the peace talks began to fall into place, I started hearing rumors of collusion between the Kujo clan and the Fatui. Allegedly, their goal is to completely wipe out Watatsumi Island. If that's the case, then the peace talks are likely a trap. Even the Kamisato clan could be involved. Sir, are you quite certain that your goods were stolen by the Fatui?
Yes, it's the truth. I swear. They stole my goods and then they ran off that way. I bet that's where that hideout is.
Ну что, погнали.
The potential ramifications of this incident are serious. We will retrieve your goods.
Будет точно
and
видно, если он
put things
окажется
in
виновным
order.
все-таки.
It will prove your innocence. However, if we find evidence to corroborate the claims of collusion between the Fatui and the Tenryo Commission, I expect you...
Yes, of course. Thank you, Your
Matsuda? Uchimura?
Well received, Your Excellency.
Да, все, пойдем.
Now, Traveler, I mean, Captain of Swordfish Platoon Section 2, would you join me in the investigation? Good. I look forward to seeing how you've progressed lately. I also have a few new things to teach you.
Покажи мне что-нибудь свое там интересное. Интересно, что же она нам там покажет свое интересное что-нибудь такое. Так. Это дерево специально растет, чтобы я смог перебежать, я же упаду. Здесь текстуры очень криво расположены. Это называется projectile.
This must be the Fatui camp that the merchant was talking about. From the looks of it, it used to be a hilichurl camp. Who knows why the
Да потому что они бомжи, им жить негде.
Looks pretty heavily guarded. How are we supposed to get in?
Not by brute force, that's for sure. But that's not a problem. The terrain here gives us an advantage.
В смысле рельеф? Мы просто их побьем всех и все, ничего?
Enemies in the light while we are in the shadows. Strategic. I think we have 3 options.
Только не говори, что стелс.
Option 1. Take the king and it's checkmate. The Fatui's presence in Inazuma is weak at present. Nothing more than a few scattered remnants. If we strike from above and take down their leader first, the rest of them will be hard-pressed to put up a serious fight. Option 2.
Это у них такие командиры, да?
Hit them where it hurts. Over there, for example, a store of gunpowder cakes.
Так мы начнем бить командира, и остальные нас заметят, нет?
It would deal them a devastating blow. They'd be caught completely off guard. But option 3. Use the environment against them. We're close to the sea here, so the air is very humid. I can gather the water vapor.
Ну, давай.
That's our grand strategy.
That will depend on our assessment of our own. A surprise attack from the air is the quickest. With an explosion, we could rapidly reduce their numbers without a protracted battle. But absolutely, if we decide to take advantage of the environment, we should be prepared for a lengthy siege. It seems that you share my strategic sensibilities.
А, тебе тоже нравится?
My preferred tactic. It places us
Или ты бы так про каждый вариант сказала, да? Я надеюсь, что не про каждый. Я буду так думать и надеяться. То есть без разницы, короче, что я отвечу. Давайте побалуемся. Рыбки какие классные. Подожди. Ня. Большая рыбка. Вау, по воде ты умеешь ходить, да? Ты где? Вон, да, этот? Давайте его захерачим просто нахер. Ты плавать умеешь?
The explosion was roughly the size I expected. Hopefully we've given them a fright.
Эй, главный. Ты чё? Что это такое? Что делаешь? Ты лечишь меня постоянно, да? Да, лечит, смотри. Даже очень неплохо лечит, я бы сказал. Ну-ка. Вау! Классная штука. Вау. Я смотрю, побежал говнюк. Побежал. Не же нет этого, того, кого я ненавижу. Ну дожимайся ты, блядь. Ой, господи. Управление. Штаты. Что делаем? Что дает это? Церемониальное деяние.
Excellent work.
All thanks to your genius tactics.
Actually, even the best tactics live or die on the strength of those executing them.
Она у них
Winning
такой
a battle
стратег,
takes a
типа.
concerted effort from everyone involved. Victory never belongs to a single person.
Now that you mention it, Paimon did make a pretty big contribution.
Только один вариант ответа, капец.
I must admit, I wasn't expecting to find the Fatui laying low in a Hilichurl camp.
Интересно, там есть еще
They've been operating
товар
out here in
какой-то
secret for quite some time.
нам необходимый?
What's their objective? Are the soldiers right? Could they really be in collusion with the Tenryou Commission? Let's scour the camp for evidence. If the merchant's story is true, the inventory should
А мне
be
кажется,
here.
он соврал.
All right, time to take a look around. Hey, look here. Could these belong to the merchant? There's a lot. Whoa! This place is chock full of bomb-making materials. This is way too deep. So these are the Fatui food supplies? They look a little past their best. Is this... Kokumi!
Каками.
We found the merchant's stuff. Look!
Товар купца. И понятненько. Что-то тебя беспокоит, сестрица?
Oh, nothing. I just zoned out for a moment. Let's see here. Yes, these are the stolen goods, all right. Food, medicine, farming tools. All essential for post-war recovery. And he was probably stockpiling them until he could make a handsome profit. By contrast, it's doubtful that the Tenryou Commission has any need of these items. So the idea that he was supplying them doesn't make a lot of sense. In all likelihood, he's just an opportunistic merchant. Nothing quite as scandalous as Matsuda and Uchimura had imagined.
He's hardly a saint, though, right? How could he stop?
Ну да, тоже не очень хороший человек.
We're not just gonna give them back to him and let him go, are we? Well, it doesn't feel right.
Don't worry. I had already foreseen this.
Ну-ка, давай рассказывай.
In my recently issued post-war temporary decree, I included restrictions on the prices of essential everyday goods.
Я очень надеюсь на это.
Ultimately reach the people at a
Он за твоей
reasonable
спиной
price.
может продавать это как хочет.
If he had taken the time to read the decree, it's unlikely he ever would have ended up in this predicament.
Kokumi, you think of everything.
I wish that were true. Take this alleged collusion between the Tenryou Commission and the Fatui, for example. I'm still completely stumped. The low energy doesn't exactly help.
Huh? What do you mean by that?
Nothing. Come on, let's take the goods back. It's not long now until the victory feast. It'll be a race against the clock to get all of this resolved before it starts.
Got it! First we mend the peace, then we attend the feast.
Ну-ка, а если взять эту штуку, мне дадут перелететь немножко, нет? Да, только не туда. За этим, за околом меня пошлют. Все ясненько. Ясненько, понятненько. Ну. Сингономия Каками.
You got him back, huh?
Вы их вернули?
Thank you, Your Excellency. And thank you, Captain.
А что с ценами рассказывай?
I told you I was innocent.
I'm not so sure. You could have easily planned the whole thing with the Fatui in advance.
Based on the information we gathered from the Fatui camp, there's nothing to suggest he had any correspondence with them. Had it been the case, then knowing how the Fatui operates, they would have left some evidence of it.
But what if...
Ну
No
что?
ifs, no buts. We've recovered the goods. As agreed, this is sufficient to establish his innocence.
Apologies.
Guess we got carried away.
What did I tell you? You army numbskulls don't have a clue. All brawn and no brains coming to me with your crazy conspiracies. Lay off me next time, got it?
Sir, I'm afraid you're getting ahead of yourself. You may be innocent of the accusations originally leveled at you, but hoarding essential goods is a crime under the temporary decree. You must bear the
Злостное накопление,
consequences.
смотри.
You have already admitted to being the owner of these goods, so we are obliged to respond with appropriate measures. In addition to enforcing the sale of these goods at the accepted rates, there will also be a fine. The amount
Бедный.
of which
Он сейчас сознание
Your
потеряет.
Excellency, whose side are you on here?
I have no
Вы на
business
чьей
taking
стороне?
sides.
На твоей,
As the
конечно
divine
же.
priestess of Watatsumi
Тебе бы
Island,
сейчас просто
I
башку
abide
отрубили
by
бы
the
и все.
principle of clear and consistent rewards and punishments. Just as merit must be recognized, mistakes must be penalized. You may have been proven innocent of the more serious allegations leveled at you, but this does not exempt you from bearing the consequences of your mistakes.
Wait a minute. But...
Well, don't just stand there. Take him away. Time to pay up.
Your Excellency, he says all the goods belong to him, but it doesn't add up. Those of a Tenryou Commission emblem are probably his, but not the rest. Especially these ones. They're clearly for shrine use.
It seems the Fatui simply dumped all their stolen goods in one place. Leave the shrine paraphernalia to me. As for the rest,
Они
I will
возьмут
need to
просто и
sit
себе
here and
соберут.
try to track down the owners. I know, that's a lot to ask.
Not at all, Your Excellency. We're on it. But if I may, Your Excellency, maybe there were no signs of collusion in this case, but our people know what they saw. Something is going on between the Tenryou
Возможно,
Commission
кстати,
and
они
the
окажутся
Fatui.
правы.
I know the peace talks are coming up, so please keep an open
Возможно, Фатуи даже помогали
I
этому
understand your
мужичку.
concern. I'll be sure to give it further consideration. I'm going to take these items back to the Sangonomiya Shrine.
Конечно, я с тобой хоть
Why don't
куда.
you come along for the walk?
Чё?
Watatsumi Island observes different customs than the rest of Inazuma. I
Пойдем.
imagine it must all seem a little alien to you.
Ну, у тебя более-менее закрыт, кстати, костюм. Только вот ножки проглядываются, тоже прикольно. Трусишки. Труселяшки. Так, чтобы двигаться быстрее, я буду делать так. Самое интересное, когда ты от нее немножко отходишь, ты уже можешь бегать, смотри. Нормально. Подходишь и такой... Опа, завис. И она такая, блин, ты куда?
It's
Ты
been
что,
a long
такой
time
быстрый,
since
что
I
ли?
last came to this
Скорострел.
village. There's been a lot to deal with recently.
Двигай жопой своей.
Next time you visit, I'll take you to visit Watatsumi Island's old shrine. You know, the earliest shrine on Watatsumi Island was not located in Sangonomiya. It was close to the statue of the Seven. Back then, the people of this island recognized the shogun's existence, despite not venerating her as the shogunate do. But after she struck down our protector deity, the shrine was abandoned. Relations between Watatsumi Island and the shogunate have soured ever since. Mistrust has become deep-rooted over time. I've been hoping to raise all this at the peace talks and discuss it properly. Grievances have to be let go eventually.
Your Excellency, what brings you out this way on your busy schedule? Oh my, you're looking a little worse for wear. You need to take better care of yourself, okay? All of our fates depend on you.
Thanks for your concern, but I'm fine.
Your Excellency, I beg you, heed a word of advice. After all this time fighting the Shogun's army, peace is not
Чувствую, нас ждет
something that
какой-то
can
еще
simply
увлекательный
be
данж,
declared.
что вполне
If we
возможно.
reconcile with them, the god who once protected us will have died in vain.
Come on, that's ancient history. Besides, the fighting is barely over. We should be grateful to be at peace once more.
Ну,
I know, it's just... we should remain strong in these negotiations. We mustn't be too ready to compromise.
I appreciate your concerns. I will consider the options carefully and be sure to proceed appropriately.
Wonderful. We're all counting on you, Your Excellency.
Your Excellency? Well, I'll be... fancy meeting you at a place like this. Do you know, my daughter's enrolled herself in the Shrine Maiden selection process this year. If she makes it into Sangonomiya, I'll be one very happy mother. You're a kind and gracious leader. She'd be in very good hands. I'm always telling my daughter that if she gets the chance to learn from Her Excellency directly, she must make the most of it. I mean, just look at Her Excellency, still so young, but so mature and intelligent. My daughter has always looked to you as a role model.
Well, if she comes to Sangonomiya, I'll look out for her.
Your Excellency. Boy, am I glad you're here. As you know, agricultural output has taken a pretty big hit this year. Let me bring you up to speed on the latest situation.
Все ее просто задолбали уже.
Your Excellency, isn't this the captain of Swordfish 2? Will he be based on Watatsumi Island from now on?
Ага, зачем тебе?
Excellency!
Please, remain calm, everyone. Though, for the longer ones, I'd prefer it if you could write a report and submit it to the shrine. Then I can respond to each one as and when I have the time. Are you alright?
Короче, она просто устала.
Me too. It does get pretty annoying.
Your Excellency, here you are.
Еще одна.
There's been a situation. We're still waiting on the delivery of a whole batch of ceremonial items. I'm beginning to worry that they've been stolen.
Опять фатуй.
We retrieved those already. No need to worry.
Really? That's fantastic.
Ага.
You never cease to amaze us, Your Excellency.
Я думал, какой-то новый
I
случай.
sorted through all the petitions received recently and placed them on your desk. Also, according to the schedule, you're just in time for your meeting today on the development of the textiles industry.
That's today.
Бедная. Сегодня встреча еще. Капец.
The young ladies have arrived safely. We're just waiting for
Все
you.
достали девчонку уже просто.
I see.
Блин, обидно.
I was hoping to take a walk around the island with you, but it looks like we'll have to save that for some other time. Well, let's rendezvous tomorrow at the entrance to Sangonomiya Shrine.
Завтра?
Then we'll go and make preparations
Завтра,
for the
так завтра,
victory
пожалуйста.
Yay, the victory feast! Just to be clear, we're talking lots of delicious food, right?
That's the name of the game. There'll be some Watatsumi Island specialties, which I'm sure
Watatsumi.
you'll enjoy.
Great! See you tomorrow then!
Тогда до завтра. Такая. Задание выполнено. 10 утра, значит. Сейчас проглянет солнце, и мы сможем спокойно прогуляться с этой девушкой, девахой, Какоми. Что случилось? Че, записываешь?
I didn't know you were such a slacker. Seems all the other.
Итак, нас ожидает какой-то пир праздничный, да? Где Кокоми? Да она спит, скорее всего. Всю ночь работала, отвечала.
Are you looking for Her Excellency? I'm afraid she isn't here at the moment. I don't know where she's gone.
Что вы с ней сделали?
Guess we should just call it a rain check then?
Not necessarily. If I recall correctly, Her Excellency has made special provisions for such a scenario in her general operational directives. Let me see. Yes, number 98. Should a visitor from afar come to see me, and should my whereabouts be unknown, direct them to proceed southward until they arrive at a tree with purple foliage. The footnote stipulates that this only applies when Her Excellency has made no communication regarding her whereabouts before disappearing. And even then, only when the visitor in question is of VIP status.
Сибата, нормальное
As far
имя.
as I'm concerned, you two tick all of the boxes. I keep this directive on me at all times. I'm sure this is the right course of action.
Kokomi really does think of everything. All right, let's find the place she wrote about and have a look.
Я думал, надо будет высчитывать. А оказывается, за нас уже все посчитали. Отлично. Я даже не против. Коми. Ну-ка, давай показывай. Чем ты там занимаешься? Девчонка, может, ты в пещере тусуешься? Давай. О, вот она. Рыбка.
It's you.
Я же сказала, что она уснула.
I apologize. I'm not feeling my usual self today.
You got sick? We'll go find a doctor right away!
No, it's nothing like that. It's just... my energy is completely spent.
You run on energy? You mean you're like a ruin guard?
No, it's just a figure of speech. You noticed? I guess I haven't quite mastered the ability to hide how I'm feeling. I'll keep working at it. To be honest, I'm not really cut out to be a leader. At first, my dream was to read up on military strategy and perhaps become an advisor. Constantly communicating with people, trying to retain their morale, having to read between the lines, making sure everyone gets the recognition they deserve. It's such hard work. You're somehow supposed to make people feel wonderful, just from being in your presence, while also commanding their respect. It doesn't come naturally to me. And truth be told, it's something I never wanted for myself. But because of my bloodline, I was always going to end up being the divine priestess, sooner or later. Like it or not, it's just the way it is. So, whenever I feel overwhelmed, I come here to just lose myself in a book and relax for a while. Don't worry, it doesn't affect my work. I handed over preparations for the victory feast to someone else. I have to make a speech tonight, and I mustn't give the troops any reason to suspect that something could be wrong. This peace was hard won, and I want them to feel at ease.
Is there anything we can do to help?
I should be feeling energized again soon if I hold off on work for a little longer. If only there was some way I could listen to a good read on military strategy. I'm sure that'd speed up the process. I was reading a book last time I was here, but I only got about halfway through. Where did I put it?
We'll find it for you. And then we'll read it out to you to help you recover.
You do that for me? Thank you. I'm really lucky you came back to Watatsumi Island.
Тайную базу Коками. Я у тебя немножко пороюсь. Ну что там, Камасура? Да, на самом деле надо бы ей помочь как-то, да? Видимо так.
Watatsumi Island monthly maintenance expenses breakdown? This is a lot of work for one person. And it's on top of all the directives she has to write and the people she has to meet day to day.
Вообще, по-хорошему, ей бы заместителей каких-нибудь.
Let's track down that book and help her feel like herself again. Hey, look! Could this be the book she wanted?
В смысле?
Swordfish Captain came back today. Energy +4.
That's just, give it here.
Guess that was the wrong one. Let's keep looking. one, right? Look, there's even a bookmark. None of the other books have one, so she must have finished reading those already. Ooh, it's pretty dense. Paimon doesn't understand a thing. Well, let's take it over and read it to her. Kokumi, is this the book you wanted?
Книга. Какая-нибудь искусство войны.
Not sure, actually. Could you read a bit out loud? Yes, that's the one. Thank you.
Ляг, поспи.
Kokumi? Kokumi! Oh no, she's fallen asleep. What are we gonna do? Tonight's the victory feast. Not to mention that the peace talks are just around the corner. She's got so much to do.
Пускай отдыхает.
Sure, that's a good idea. She does look pretty exhausted. Guess there's still some time to go too. Alright, let's keep her company while she rests. Avoid disaster. Protect peace at all costs.
Бедная.
War's over. Things are slowly getting better. Oh. Did you see?
Вместе с Калькоми отдохнуть.
What time is it? Did I fall asleep? Yep, you've been out for ages. It's nearly time for the feast. I can't believe it got so late. I haven't slept that peacefully in so long. That's gotta be 3 whole energy points right there. Should be enough to see me through the peace talks.
Ну, энергию подсчитывает.
Well, we better get ourselves over there. It's nearly time to light the bonfire. Woohoo! Kokumi's back to full energy! Good to have you back.
У вас получается пир там, где мы убили этих? Фатуи? Нормальное кино.
It looks like everything's in place for the feast. But I still need to give a quick speech before the festivities begin.
Давай.
Oh, how much energy will that take? Do you think you've got enough?
Don't worry, I've got plenty. Thanks to you two, I recovered more quickly than usual.
That's great! We'll be rooting for you.
Welcome, everyone. Today is the day that we celebrate our victory. Recently, our war with the Shogun's army came to an end, and we finally saw the abolition of the Vision Hunt Decree. None of us can know what the Inazuma of the future will look like. But tomorrow, I meet with the Tenryou Commission for peace talks. I give you my word that I will strive for peace for Watatsumi Island once and for all. Thank you all for your valiant efforts throughout. Truly, it is only through those efforts that we have been able to prevail in this trying war. This feast is held in honor of each and every one of you gathered here today. I hope all of you get to relax and enjoy our hard-won victory.
Ура! Через некоторое время...
Tonight seems to have gone off without a hitch. I'm so
Что-то
glad
какой-то
it's
вялый
okay
пир,
with
если честно.
me. People tend to be more open
Чем там
when they're
заниматься?
in a good mood.
Здесь кроме костра в принципе ничего нету.
Can I ask you to go around and see what
Какие
information we can
сведения?
gather? I still have no further leads regarding the issue of potential collusion between the Tenryou Commission and the Fatui. And I'm concerned that something might happen at tomorrow's peace talks.
Okay, sure. We'll go ask around.
Прямо так нам и расскажут. Я встану на твою рыбу, ладно?
Watatsumi Island is recently... Well, the biggest thing for us is that we can finally get back out on the ocean to fish. During the hostilities, the open sea was full of warships. We just had to make do with what little... When the catch wasn't good, we'd all go hungry. The poor kids were crying all day and night, but we'd go to bed ravenous and be tossing. I hear you're captain of Swordfish too, is that right? Well, thank you for your service.
Серьезно?
Here, have a fish.
Спасибо. Странно. Паймон бы согласилась вообще-то. Ты точно не Паймон.
Take it. Without you, we'd probably still be going to bed hungry tonight. Her excellent...
Okay, well...
Ну-ка, а рыба где? Так ты же рыбу-то не дал, блин. О, обманщик.
Hey there. Care for some fruit and vegetables? Are you referring to the thing about the Tenryou Commission and the Fatui? I've heard rumors, but nothing too detailed. It's funny you should say that the soldiers seem excitable, though. I've had this... He's been acting strange these days. Always shouting and waving his spear around when he's got nothing to do. He scared the heck out of me a few times. It's a miracle the fighting has finally come to an end. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't have much information.
Sounds promising. Let's go.
Давай спросим. Просто тренируется, он уже в армии там находится, правильно? Что в этом такого, я не вижу. Ой, не тыкай только в нас.
This guy smells of booze.
Huh? Wait, don't tell me. Captain of Swordfish too, right? You actually came back. I thought you'd abandoned the platoon and made a run for...
Nuh-uh. We would never run from a fight.
Is that so? All anyone talks about these days. Do you remember what the most important thing is to the Resistance? You got that right. So I'm gonna put you to the test.
Козел, пьяный ган. Нехороший человек.
I'll answer your questions.
Давай.
This? What do you think?
We'll see about...
Алкашев. 90-й? Ты прикалываешься, что ли? Мне не прокачан персонаж мой. Это реально прикол, блин. Разработчики, это реально ваша вина. Почему не сделать, что главный герой будет просто пятым в пачке? И не надо будет его ставить, понимаете? Никто за него специально играть не будет. А если он будет пятый, то это будет классно. Тихо.
You're a strong fighter. No wonder Her Excellency chose you. You really do have a warrior's will. Then
Конечно,
maybe
пойму.
you can understand it. Captain, comrade, will you we made it up. The story about the Tenryou Commission colluding with the Fatui.
Да зачем?
What? Poor Kokomi's been... What the heck were you thinking? This could send you right back into war with the
Yes, that's exactly what we're hoping. Peace talks? Everyone's been drawn in by the idea. What's to stop the Tenryou Commission from stabbing us in the back? And what's the... We are the Resistance. Everything hinges on
я понял, в чем прикол. Это же сопротивление. Смотри, они раньше были против этого государства, против официальной власти вот этой вот, которая глаза отбирает. А сейчас все мирно и все дерутся за ручки, понимаешь? А во время войны все потеряли родственников, там убивали, да? И они не могут просто мирно существовать. Но это их тоже можно понять. И они придумали повод дальше воевать.
We embody the warrior's will to the... You'd have me just put down my weapon and start living like an ordinary person. But how can I? How can I when every time I close my eyes, I see the faces of the friends we lost in battle? Every time I see them there in my mind's eye, it reminds me that I can never forgive the Tenryou Commission. I guess you're not one of us. Well, whatever. Go ahead and tell Son...
Too late? What do you mean? Darn. Doesn't seem like he's good. What are we gonna do? This is really serious.
Давай расскажу. Какоми. 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 Ну-ка, я там такое увидел про тебя, вернее, я услышал.
So, we found out a few things. The whole thing about the Tenryu Commission colluding with the Fatui is baloney. They made it all up. They wanted the peace talks to break down so that they could carry on fighting the war. And they said it's too late to try and stop them, no matter what we do.
I see. I'm fine. Don't worry. This is my fault. If only I'd perceived what they were feeling earlier, it never would have come to this. I think I understand what Kozin means when he says it's too late. The talks don't begin until tomorrow, but both sides have already sent their guards to the location. They are responsible for making sure the area is safe and secure. I highly suspect that one of Kozin's pro-war co-conspirators will have infiltrated the guards with an intent to reignite hostilities tomorrow during the negotiations.
Well, that's no good. Do you want us to head over there now and switch out the guards?
That won't work. Firstly, the act of bringing a new team of guards to a neutral negotiation site will put both sides on high alert. It would almost certainly push the pro-war faction into taking action. They would attack the Tenryu Commission's guards, and we'd be in danger of war breaking out once again. Not to mention that we have no idea how many of Watatsumi Island's soldiers are involved in this plot.
Sounds like a really tricky situation.
Don't let it worry you. What's done is done.
Ответный план.
These soldiers crossed the line, but the blame is not theirs. Let's meet here again tomorrow.
На этом же месте, окей. Пау. 10 так вот. Блюм. Ну, типа еще ждать. Столбался. Так вот, жух. Нормально? Идеально.
What's the hurry?
What's the hurry?
Well, here. Take.
Чё
These
взять?
are some directives I wrote last night. These negotiate. I took the liberty of writing them all down.
Whoa, this is huge. Let's see. Fierce dispute, violent escalation, armed revolt, court. Wow, there are so many. But you've thought of.
Glad to hear it. These peace talks are quite exceptional. It is a major.
Давай.
Any amount of dissatisfaction within our ranks. We, as the divine priestess of Watatsumi Island, this responsibility is excellent. Okay, time to head.
Кокоби. Ой. Где? Здесь, да? До туда еще хер долетишь. Интересно, в 12 часов утра это задание не обломится, а? Или в час? Пам-пам. Пара-па-па-пам-пам. Еще буду лететь. Пара-па-па-пам-пам. Па-па-па-па-па-па-па-пам-пам. Пара-па-па-пам-пам. Немножко пониже с вами упадем. Я думаю, вот эта высота немножко лишняя. Пара-па-па-пам-пам. Пара-па-па-пам. Ой. Нифига себе там. Все уже подготовлено. А с той стороны вот эта вот, которая Тенгу, девочка. Девочка Тенгу. Девочка Тенгу. Та-ра-та-та-та.
It's been a while, Kujo-Sara. I believe the last time we met was on the battlefield.
Kujo-Sara.
Yes, where you dealt my forces quite the devastating blow. But before we go any further, what are you doing here?
That's right. He's here to bear witness to the proceedings. He experienced the
Переговоры
war
о
between
мире.
us firsthand and has made an enormous contribution towards securing the peace we have today. I couldn't think of a more suitable candidate.
Seems reasonable. Then let's get straight into it. The first item is the maritime administration issue. During wartime, we restricted fishing rights for Watatsumi vessels in Narukami waters. We intend to remove these restrictions, but going forward, any of your vessels that fish in our waters will have to pay taxes in accordance with Narukami legislation in order to bring their catch back to Watatsumi.
That's fine, but if they're paying taxes, they should also be entitled to protection from the Tenryou Commission while in your waters. Any losses they sustain due to issues of public security will need to be compensated by the Tenryou Commission.
Accepted. Let's add that to the peace treaty. I can assure you that your vessels will be quite safe in our hands.
Negotiations seem to be going pretty smoothly.
Не каркай.
The next item has to do with the movement of people and military authority. In the past, our people have been subjected to lengthy interrogation. Economic cooperation between our islands has suffered greatly as a consequence. Few merchants are now willing to... Since the war is now over, I propose that we have the Yashiro Commission appoint a business council to
The problem there is that trade is a reciprocal affair. We'll need to involve merchants from both sides in this process if it is to succeed.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Watatsumi Island facing severe shortages of many essential goods at the moment? Having the Yashiro Commission organize everything centrally would work in your favor.
True, we're experiencing some shortages, but we will recover in due course. Between the diverse range of goods we can produce ourselves and our strong trade links with other areas, we are capable of sourcing everything we need. Not to mention that your proposal would require separate talks with the Kamisato clan, if they've yet...
Let's leave that aside for now then. On to the military question. Watatsumi Island's forces will need to come back under the jurisdiction of the Tenryou Commission.
Этот остров принадлежал государству.
Not in the short.
With all due respect, feasibility doesn't come into it. The Tenryou Commission alone has ultimate responsibility for Inazuma's national security. We cannot allow Watatsumi Island to be the sole exception to this rule indefinitely.
You Kujo scum! Colluding with the Fatui isn't low enough for you already. Comrades, never trust the Kujo! Let's get them! Protect Madam Kujo!
Начинается. А мы кого бьем?
Number 16. No, wait. 67? Or is
Бедные.
it 73? Which one is it?
Бедные, напугались. Все, отвоевали.
Which scenario number is this in the directives?
The last one, but hold off for the moment. Stand down, Tadakatsu. The situation has changed. Please stand by for further. Rest assured, I am fully aware of your concerns, Madam Kujo. This is rather serious. I believe you owe Watatsumi Island an explanation.
Excuse me for a moment. Nobody makes another move until I have finished investigating. You two, here, now!
Чё они? То, что не пошли воевать? Ну, я слушал. Или чё? Что такое?
Speak! Collusion with the Fatui? Is this true?
I wouldn't exactly call it collusion as such.
Ну-ка, давай рассказывай.
We were approached by a few Fatui. They mentioned a
Вот
potential
сволочи.
cooperation. At the time, I felt like we could give it a try. After all, there'd be nothing to lose.
But we were extremely careful. We didn't agree to anything. We just said they could maybe start by heading to Watatsumi Island and stirring things up a little. With respect, ma'am, there was no collusion. It was just a one-off conversation. How anyone from Watatsumi Island even found out about it, I have no idea.
That's enough. When we return, there will be consequences. Might I remind you that this is the Fatui? Have you completely forgotten what they did to us? You should be having no interaction with them whatsoever, let alone entertaining offers of cooperation. So, what did they want out of it?
The Fatui's main forces have already left Inazuma. The few who approached us seemed like they wanted to settle a score for their boss.
Oh, her subordinates. So they're out for revenge. They want to keep Inazuma in a state of turmoil. One day, I will hunt them down. Every last one. We bear responsibility for this issue. My sincere apologies. I have
Ну,
my
я
own
надеюсь, что мы с этим
But of course,
закончим.
Madam Kujo. For the time being, however, there is evidently some discord within the Tenryou Commission's ranks. I would therefore not feel comfortable.
It seems that I must acquiesce. I will lay this issue aside for now.
Хорошо то, что
We shall
хорошо
revisit it
заканчивается.
as soon as the Tenryou Commission has resolved our internal. As for the trade issues we raised, I will discuss options with the Yashiro Commission and make sure both sides have ample participation in the final arrangement.
Seems like Kujo-Sara's on the defensive now. These negotiations should be...
Ну да.
I never knew the grand strategist of Watatsumi. I hope that when we meet again, we can continue these sit-down discussions. Settling our differences on the battlefield is rather... I think we can leave things there for today. Once I get back, I will conduct a thorough investigation into the Tenryou Commission's internal issues.
I should inform you that we took out a Fatui camp recently. I suspect that before long, they will attempt to re-establish contact with your people in the hope of procuring some assistance. I recommend you say and do nothing on the matter for the time being, lest you tip them off and they disappear. Wait for them to come to you. That way, you can capture them all.
I will bear this in mind. Thank you. I shall take my leave now.
Так, давайте больше пиздежа, короче, да?
Let's discuss it after we get back.
Вместе с Какоми переобуйте бойцов. Сейчас всех переобуем. Без проблем. Переобуться 2 минуты.
Your Excellency, you knew?
I have already been informed on the reasons for your actions. You believe the Tenryou Commission to be untrustworthy and sought to sabotage the peace talks and reignite the war. Fortunately, the end result exposed and thwarted a secret Tenryou Commission plot. Yet, this was purely incidental, and the end certainly did not justify your means.
But Your Excellency, so many comrades have sacrificed themselves in the line of duty. If we stop now, aren't all of our efforts going to waste? I want to keep fighting. I want ultimate victory, even if it means I have to pay the ultimate price.
I understand your sentiments, but you cannot simply impose your will and expect others to bear the consequences. During the war, there were highs and there were lows, and in the end, there was a glorious victory. For you, perhaps the experience was one of great excitement, but you saw nothing of the countless others who will remember the war quite differently. Watatsumi Island's people yearn for peace because they have long since given all they had to the war effort. They are tired of treading water and don't need you dragging...
But...
I understand, I do. And the fault is not yours alone. It was largely an oversight on my part. I taught you to nurture a warrior's will. never how to let it go.
It's not your fault, Your Excellency. It was ours. Our selfishness. Either way, we are ready to accept sentencing under martial law.
Very well. Then I hereby declare.
Давай. Мы все ждем.
That as of today, I am founding a new secret corps of the army. This division will be responsible for keeping Watatsumi Island safe and secure. Neutral like you and your comrades will all be welcome to join. But be warned, the
Мне
training
кажется, они только за. Что только не организуешь, чтобы воины не страдали в мирное время.
I have concluded from today's peace talks that the Kujo clan cannot achieve absolute peace and stability in the near future. Many seek peace, but there are still those who pursue war. It is right that Watatsumi Island moves towards peace, but we must still retain a defense. I don't want to hear from any of you again until all of you can take on 2 shogunate samurai at a time.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
All right, dismissed. Go and report to General Goro. And remember, there can be no more insubordination. And if there is, there will be no more leniency from me, whatever reasons you may have.
Yes, ma'am. From now on, we will focus on our training. Thank you for this opportunity, Your Excellency. We'll report to General Goro right away.
I think that's finally everything in hand. I can feel my energy levels starting to drop.
С тобой отдохнуть?
Back at the hideout for some
Я
rest?
только за. Па-па-па-пау. Там сверху будет удобнее попасть туда.
What's the hurry?
Thank you for everything. With your help, peace has been restored.
Как у тебя с энергией?
Recovering.
Ой.
Slowly, but surely. I should be raring to go before
А максимально это 10 там или 100, например?
Today was a reminder that I don't cope well in situations with lots of people. I've improved, but
Чуть со стула сейчас не упал.
when more than a handful of people are involved. I think I might get Goro to handle the negotiations next time. Do you think so? To be honest, I'm still a long way off what's expected of a divine priestess. In the past, I was concerned only with winning the war, restoring peace, and making sure everyone could live a happy life. But I realize now that wasn't going far enough. People have all kinds of aspirations, and just as many measures of happiness. I have a long way to go, but that's okay. If I can't make the journey in one giant leap, I'll just have to settle for taking it one small step at a time. In short, I've still got some maturing to do.
А, быть с тобой побольше? Не, ну в принципе я только за. Да.
To keep me company for a while longer.
Недостаточно зрелая? Вау. Прикольно. Это был явный намек. Ладно, ребят, спасибо, что смотрели. Я вас всех очень люблю и уважаю. Как говорится, счастья, здоровья. Подписывайтесь, ставьте лайки, пишите обязательно комментарии, ребята. И, как говорится, всем пока.